and snow with the grader, but this one spot, just a hell of a spot. Big open area, then it comes up to these trees and the snow just stops. This has been tight all along, and we really didn't get much snow this time, but it just all piled into this one place. You know, them trees are just what would cause a problem. But I couldn't get through with the grader, though I tried. You know, we need a plow for the front, a V-plow, because I have to drive through it in order to get to where the blade can push it to the side. Well, there's no driving through this stuff. But he's come out with a tractor and he's going to try to push that open, get a little bit of a hole in there. Because it's only like a foot deep. And normally a foot deep snow, oh, no problem, drive right through. But this stuff, you know, it was rain and freezing rain, and then the snow blew in here and it just set up like concrete. It's the first time we've had snow that you could walk on it. So when it comes up in blocks, you know. But I had mentioned this wing that we got for this machine, which was a real stroke of luck, because this is a wing that originally came on the machine. When the state had traded this one off, they didn't have the wing on, but the wing went with it. Well, we tracked it down, and the wing was at the original dealer that it had been sold to or traded off at, buried under a snowbank. Well, we dug it out and put it on. But I've talked about this. It's a cable-operated wing. Now, I expected it would be a Falls wing, but this is actually the Champion wing. And real heavy duty. Quite different from the Falls wings that I'm used to, which almost everybody around here runs a Falls wing, because they're made in Little Falls, Minnesota. Most of the time, a new machine, if it's ordered in, it goes right to Falls and has the wing put on it and comes that way. But this is a Champion wing, and real heavy duty. But when I talk about a cable-operated wing, it's a cable that runs, there's a hydraulic cylinder and then pulleys on both ends, so it works like a block and tackle. Now there's one on the front that lifts the front up and down, but then there's two of them on the back. This is, well, we're about done with it. If we get this open, I think we won't have any more plowing to do. But this wing is really heavy duty. Like I say, this is the standoff, and it uses a dual standoff, and then a spring on the bottom one to absorb the shock, which is a nice deal. But there's a hydraulic cylinder here that runs the standoff, that lifts it up or down. And by lifting it up, it puts more down pressure on the wing. And it's also good if you're working with these high banks, you can run both the front and the back up high and shear them off. But then there's another one, a cylinder underneath this cover, that works the same as the front one, and that's what actually suspends the wing. You know, it's a hydraulic cylinder with pulleys just like that front one. Real heavy duty. The wing itself and the two mounts, when we got them, oh, it was a job loading them up. You know, we had a forklift that could barely lift them. Really just super heavy duty. Compared to the Falls ones that I've run, this is much solider. It works very well. Cable ones, the advantage to having the cable like that, it allows them to float. Like if you hit a curve or something, you know, it'll actually, the wing will jump up, plus you got that spring for safety. So a Falls one has a spring on the standoff too, but a Falls one is suspended from the front mast, the cable, and the standoff is only on the back, but this whole cable assembly goes to the front. Well, it puts a lot of strain on the machine. That's a real heavy thing. I think I've actually found wings laying along the road where somebody busted one off as they were working. By golly, I think my brother pounded through there. Yeah, see, it don't look that deep. But she's been a hell of a journey. But like I say, I pound into something like that, and what you have to learn to do is to be able to work yourself out, because what'll hang you up is the chain cases, the tandem drive cases. You know, you get that deep and you'll get stuck. You'll just hang the front wheels up, or the back wheels. But you can dig the toe of the blade in, then rotate the blade and it'll pull you back. You got to learn to be able to walk them out, or you're stuck all the time. You can do a lot. You can lift the whole machine up with the blade, pick the machine up and slide it sideways on the road. You know, it just takes practice to know how to do it. But I've never been so stuck with one of these that I had to be pulled out. I can always get myself out. But like I say, this, I wasn't getting stuck. Well, I was getting stuck and then walking it back out with the blade. But my problem is I just couldn't go through it. It just stopped me. You know, and then you just spin. But I thought I'd bring up what this wing is. I've been impressed that it is a Champion wing. You know, that just, like I say, super heavy duty. But if we can get the V-plow, this really takes a V-plow to knock through something like this. And I'm sure since it came with the Champion wing on, it had a Champion V-plow. I'm sure that's what this mount is for a Champion, because it ain't the Falls type mount, it's a different mount. But even if we could find any V-plow we'll ever made, this has been the only real bugger, but it's been a real bugger. Yep, he's coming back. Now I got clear sailing. But I thought I'd let you know what that wing was like.